This is Mark's first fish. I got him. And you can see that number 9 shad wrap perch color. It's amazing to just be here and to get double headers like this.
Canadian Sport Fishing is brought to you by Rapala Premium Fishing Gear, crafted from experience. Yamaha on the water. This is my Yamaha. What kind of Yamaha are you? Dickies, a legend in work since 1922. Lucky Strike. More fish fight with a Lucky Strike.
Mark, I've been told that most lodge owners really get into the lodge business so they can be on holidays all summer long. Is that true?
Oh, it's absolutely true. If you're not fishing every day, you don't own a resort.
There's something wrong with it. Now you're laughing. Is that a sarcastic laugh?
Well, let me just share with you last season.
Yeah.
I bought my fishing license at the end of June.
Yep.
And the first time I actually got out fishing was when your crew was here, which was the 24th of June.
Wow.
Season opens at the third week of May, but my time was pretty occupied, as it has been this year.
Well, this is a nice treat because this evening we're out here with Mark Randle, who's the owner and operator of Eagle Lake Island Lodge, and he's being honest when he says that lodge owners and even the staff don't get a chance to fish that much because they're usually busy working. I'm just going to accelerate a little bit. This is a nice walleye. We just got out here.
This is a beautiful
Isn't this
fish.
amazing how good the fishing is?
Very nice.
Now keep the rod tip up.
Okay.
Keep pressure on the fish. I've got bad news for you. He's too big to keep. A little bit closer. Okay, lift his head up. Look at this.
Beautiful fish.
You know, now, are you sure you haven't been fishing that much?
Well, we've been out for 5 minutes.
You hold the net.
Thank you.
We're going to do a loop here in a minute. I'm going to try to get the hook out first.
Look at the beautiful fish.
Because we're kind of, I got to show the viewers how nice this fish is.
It's beautiful.
So while I show the viewers the fish, if you can get the hook out of the net, this would be great. Look.
Absolutely.
This is Mark's first fish. If I can have the board.
Yeah,
Mark?
we need to measure it.
Yeah,
for sure.
I want to just show everybody the size of it and explain about the slot limit. We've got everything nice and neat. This is a really nice fish. Mark, I'm impressed.
That's a very nice fish. Yeah.
Okay, so look this is Mark's first fish. We've come out here. We had a beautiful steak dinner, and I learned something about a delicious sauce that Mark uses. And this fish is perfect for a throwback. It's almost 23 inches. Mark, 23 inches. That's
23. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice walleye.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put him back in the net, and I'm going to make sure that he revives, because we want to ensure that these fish grow nice and big. Now you watch how fast, even though we're trolling, this guy is going to take off in a minute here. He's the right way, and there he goes. So that was a nice release. Now I'm going to explain to the viewers that they have a slot limit here at Eagle Lake. So this again is a nice measuring board that Mark has for the fishermen. It's made out of plastic, and it's made out of a pipe, as you can see, with the cap at the end. And there's the slot for the walleye. So it's 18 to 23 inches. If a fish is inside that, you have to release it. If you like to eat fish, or you want to have fish for their twice a week shore lunch, it has to either be under 18 inches or over 23. And I encourage people to keep the smaller walleye because I think they're the better eating.
Absolutely.
Can I just see?
Better eating.
Yeah, they are. Can I just see that lure that you were using? I got to show the viewers. Now, you know, Mark, I think, was playing a bit of a sleeper. We've been using tail dancers. That's what Barb and I have on. And he kind of grinned and put this lure on. This is a shad wrap. Do you know what size this is?
Number 9?
Number 9. Do you know how deep it dives?
15 feet.
Were you reading the Ask Italos where I answered?
No, it's written on your back.
Oh, okay. I've got a lot. I forget about all my stuff that's on my back. Anyway, that's the lure in a perch color. We have been fishing like, I don't know, 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yes.
Here. Don't put it in the water yet, okay? Because we're going to talk a little bit. I don't want you to get distracted.
Okay, all right.
So Mark, We had a nice dinner, and it's nice to have you out here. What are some good reasons for people to come up to Eagle Lake and to stay at Eagle Lake Island Lodge? Is it the accommodations? Is it the food? Is it the fishing? Is it the service? What is it?
All of the above, the location, proximity to the fishery.
Yep.
How long did it take us to get to this fishing spot from the lodge?
Honest, 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
And what's nice, the lake is huge, right?
Yep.
Over 100 kilometers long.
Yep.
But most of our guests, talk to 98% of our guests, they all stay within a 5-10 kilometer radius of the island.
You're on an island, so you're already out a couple miles.
Correct.
So why would you have to go even farther?
And if you want to fish for walleye, you can, jig with minnows, you can use a Lindy rig or a crawler harness, bottom bouncing, or you can troll like we're doing tonight.
I like this because we were casting for muskie, and we got a nice muskie today. And of course, Eagle Lake is famous for trophy muskie.
Absolutely.
So this is kind of nice. People our age should be able to just troll, and catch walleye, even almost 2 feet long like yours, right off the bat. Now, if people want a choice, you have a choice of like a full American plan, right? People can stay in their own cabins. If they want, they can cook their own meals, or they can have delicious meal like us. They can have a guide, no guide.
Over 90% of our guests come up on the American plan, so they have meals in the lodge. Part of the experience coming to the resort is not just the fishing out on the water. It's actually the experience, the camaraderie of the evenings in the lodge, playing some of the games that are up there. Games night, ping pong, that type of thing. Sharing your fishing stories.
Well, the nice thing I appreciated, I went on the internet. You have that nice computer that anybody can check emails. Not that we want to get too busy with work, but to tell loved ones how we're doing. Or you can download pictures and send them pictures of your catch.
And that's a great advantage that we have on our location for our location because we have high-speed internet and telephone service right at the lodge. Imagine you're in northwestern Ontario on an island and have those types of services.
You know what? It's also safe, and it's great to keep in touch with family. That's the main thing.
Sure.
Dickey's Sport Fishing Sweepstakes.
At about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, set up my 2 lines, rigged with a smelt on snelt hooks. Noticed one of my rods was bouncing around, so I went out there and I set the hook, and I knew it was a big one right away. The only sad part was I was by myself, so nobody else got to see it until after I brought it to town.
We'd love to hear your fishing story. Go to our website and enter the Dickey's Sport Fishing Sweepstakes. It's free, and you could win some great prizes.
All right, Mark.
Beautiful fish.
You're so quiet when you set the hook. Barb, would you mind holding mine too? And I'm going to get the net.
Way to go, guys.
I set the hook.
Way to go, Mark.
The way you suggested.
You leaned back.
Just add pressure.
Yeah. Well, you've done this before. You know that you don't
pressure.
have to reef on it, because a lot of times you can pull the hooks right out of their mouth.
This is a nice fish.
It's beautiful.
Way to go,
Now,
Mark.
Harley, Mark, you also provide hunting services, right? There are guys that come up, because I know we talked to some guests that were bear hunting. Do you also do other big game like moose and deer, or not?
Moose, bear, and deer.
Good.
We do offer upland game, so grouse and partridge, and
That's awesome.
and waterfowl as well.
What a nice mix. And I thought it was just a great fishing. Yeah. Just
And if you do like to fish, you can bring your fishing gear along. All of our hunting packages include unlimited fishing.
excellent. Nice size fish, Mark. Easy. Oh, don't pull the hook out. Don't pull the hook out. Get a little closer, Mark. Closer. Closer. I got him. Well done, Mark.
Beautiful.
With a little bit more practice, I think you're going to get this right down. This, setting the hook.
You're
a couple years.
You're the teacher.
Like don't
just
rush
following
it.
the way a good student
Couple
should.
of years, and I think you're going to have it down packed. If you come out here, I would suggest, if I was a doctor, I'd prescribe, maybe every other night, because I don't want you to get bored.
Okay.
But there's a really nice shot. That fish is in the 20-inch range, and you can see that number 9 shad wrap perch color, which makes sense because walleyes are a perch, and they love to eat perch. Look, isn't that a gorgeous fish, Barbara?
Wonderful.
You see the beautiful
yes.
colors. I love this low light because we're getting into, this goldy sun in the evening. So this is classic.
Very healthy
Beautiful.
perch population in this lake as well.
Yeah, that's a beautiful walleye. What a nice specimen.
Beautiful.
Mark, I think you could qualify to be a guide. Now, can I have the net? Because I like to keep them
Certainly.
in the net just so that they revive when I put them over the side, because we've held them out just for a second. I really like these nets that you have too, the basket nets, because the fish lay down nicely. I'm going to try to angle them. Look at Mark, this is really good. I don't know if you get a chance to talk to the customers, because I know they're all varying degrees of fishing knowledge and ability.
Sure.
Because some people literally, you have to, look at how nice he's going to swim right out of the net. Isn't that beautiful?
Beautiful.
You know, these shallow nets are excellent. I'm glad you have them, because the fish will literally lay flat. Even if it's a big fish, in the nets that have the deep baskets, they tend to curl up and then they thrash around a lot. So these are shallow enough that when you keep them in the water, you can actually turn them like I did there, so the water's going into their mouth and out their gill. So they're a really smart catch and release tool.
Fishing Girl! Adventures in your own backyard!
You know, when you're fishing because you're using a hook and angling to catch a fish, sometimes a fish will swallow the hook a little bit deeper, or it'll get hooked in such a way that it's very difficult to get the hook out. Have you ever had that happen, Jeremy?
Yes.
So it's a really good idea to have some tools, especially if you're going to be catching and releasing the fish, if you're not going to be keeping them for eating. So what I like to take with me, very simple, definitely a pair of needle nose pliers. These particular ones are about 4 inches long, so that you have the length that if the hook is deeper in a fish's mouth, you can grab the hook and pull it out. Or if you're using very small hooks, this is called a hemostat, and it's like a locking tweezer. See right here, there's little teeth, Jeremy and Jessica. So, and this is flat, almost like pliers, and you can see these are very long. It's about 8 inches long. So if I see the hook and I grab the hook with the tip, if I push on it, watch, it locks into place. That won't open. So I don't have to worry about holding the hook tight. It's already locked. Okay, so you remove the hook, and then a good idea is also to have a net, because the last thing you want if you're going to release a fish is to have the fish flop around on the shore. So it's better to keep the fish in the net, and even use your hand to hold the fish, because fish are very slippery, while you're using the hemostats, or the pliers, to get the hook out. So when you get the hook out, the fish is still in the net, you put the fish in the net in the water, reverse the net, and then the fish swims out. Very good idea to have these tools if you're planning on catching and releasing fish.
Closed captioning of this program is brought to you by Slimers in Organic Flesh Bait. Fish hit hard and often with Slimers.
Notice I don't want to set the hook. I'm going to slow down the speed. Now this is a very interesting technique here. I got to tell the viewers, Mark. I'm not setting the hook.
That is a nice fish.
I don't know if that's going to be a pike. Oh, he's pulling my drag, and I got a lot of line out there. Barb, you keep trolling, okay?
Okay, yeah.
This is going to take a little bit here. He's heavy. It's actually
That's nice.
stressful
Don't
on my
lose him.
wrist. I'm going to keep the boat
him.
going, Barb, at about 2
I'm more
miles
concerned
an
about
hour.
yours. Keep
No,
yours on.
I'm okay. If he gets off, he gets off. But what I'm doing here, I haven't really set the hook. You know what? I'm encouraging people when they're long lining like this, Mark,
Yes.
and they're using crankbaits like the repellers that we're using, if the fish are hitting lightly, to be gentle with them. Just the
Correct.
fact that we're going at 3 miles an hour and that fish grabs the lure, automatically he's going to get those hooks slide in. And you know the hooks are not big like, you know, on a musky lure. They're actually pretty light hooks, so they go into a fish's mouth pretty easy.
So you're suggesting a good steady pressure.
Steady and gentle. So I'm not dropping the rod and jerking it back and forth. I'm not reeling in against the drag. And I'm keeping the boat going so that Barb can have her line out. You could have actually had your line out because I'm trying to pull the fish up the middle.
He's going to help you.
Yeah, he is. But you know what? We
I'd
got a
rather
little
help.
bit of time here, so this is no problem. Now, one of the things that I'm impressed with, Mark,
Yes.
is the boats that you have here.
Thank you.
I mean, I've, you know, over the last 22 years, I've fished in different parts of the world and all across Canada and many parts in the States. Some of the boats that you've got rigged up with the size of outboards, electric trolling motors, and the sonars like the 767 that has the GPS and that has, you know, the hydrographic chart inside of the lake, because Eagle Lake isn't a standard lake that's on many of the charts, like the Great Lakes charts in Ontario and
Correct.
stuff.
Yep.
So tell me a little bit about some of the boat packages that
Well,
people can get.
what's nice is our clients can pick one of 3 packages, basically. The standard boat, which is a 16-foot with 25 horsepower outboard, 4-stroke motors. They're a great application, nice swivel seats, but they're a basic fishing boat, right? Step up from that is one of our upgrades in a 17-foot 50 horsepower with the troll down feature like we were speaking of before.
Yes. The dimmer switch.
Great application. They've got GPS fish finders, live wells, swivel seats. For those people that are spending longer times in the boat each day, if you're in a seat for 4 hours, you want something that's nice and comfortable.
I agree.
And then the third package is a guided package, which you're into. Again, a more customized application, a customized boat, and you're being guided, taken around the lake.
Now, do you get people that actually come up with their own boats if they want to?
Absolutely. I would say 25% of our guests each year bring their own boats.
Are most of your guests Canadian or American, just out of curiosity?
No, I would say the largest percentage of guests, over 75%, come from the U.S.
Good, that's neat. I mean, that's great that they've got such a nice variety of boats. A lot of the lodges we go to have like 14-foot aluminums, and they're just, your basic boat. And you know what? It's okay, but it's hard on your back. Like when you're fishing all day, so it's really a treat to have these nice, padded seats and electric trolling motor, especially when you're casting. Whether it's for bass or for pike or for muskie, especially. For the walleye, you're either drift fishing, most of the time, trolling or jigging. So,
well, and those upgraded boats are just something that we've added in the last 2 years, and our clients really appreciate it.
Good. I think that's great. Now, am I making this look good? Honest, this is actually getting a little sore here. It's tight.
That's a nice fish.
Oh, I don't know how nice it is, but it's with this rod. We're using our regular spinning gear. So this particular rod is a 7-foot, and it's a medium action spinning gear, medium action reel, and I've got on it, I think it's 20-pound test braid. Did you try that braid, by the way?
No, I did not. No, I
got to get that on your...
Haven't had a chance.
Okay. Because I find for this long lining, the braid is such a low diameter, like the 20-pound test braid is 6-pound test diameter, and it'll sink, down so that the lure can get to its best diving depth, and there's very little stretch. So actually I have the drag set just right because it doesn't stretch, so if the fish does head shake and he wants to take line out, the drag is set just right. So you're just beyond engaging here, and I'm just pulling it. Wow. You ready with the net?
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I trust you. I trust you with this fish. Barb, I'm surprised you haven't had a hit, because we've been marking fish the whole time.
I just want yours in.
And we've
Looks
got the
awesome.
same lure. Well, he's coming in. He's going to start fighting any minute now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as big as the whopper that Mark got, but I'm okay with that. He's our guest here, and we're our guest at the lodge, right?
Yes.
So this is working out great. Time to stand up, to leave the comfort of my chair. I'm just amazed, someone that's never fished before can come up to your place.
I think I got a hit.
Reel, Barb, you got one on, double header.
Okay.
Double header, reel. People can come up here that have never fished before. You put the lure on their line, right? You tell them where to go. Big head shake. You know what? Maybe this is as big as the one you got. And he hit that lure well.
Very close.
I'm going to try to get him up real quick. Nice size walleye. Okay, and I'm going to keep that going. And I'm going to see very gently. Now, even though I'm putting my hand inside the gill plate, I'm not touching this walleye's gills. This is very important, because a lot of people think when an angler puts his hand inside that he's damaging the gills, and I'm not. So I just have it on the gill plate, and I'll let you get the lure out again.
Sure.
Isn't that a nice healthy walleye? He's inside the slot,
fish.
so we have to release him. But isn't he beautiful, Barb?
Beautiful, awesome.
Gorgeous walleye.
So
right here
how
from
big is he?
Eagle Lake Island Lodge. There, let me see the slot.
You want to
in there.
measure?
Yeah, the measuring stick.
On your favorite lure, the tail dancer.
Yes, hot chub color. So this guy is, he's tiny compared to yours. He's 21.5 inches.
Awesome.
But we're going to be releasing
Nice
him.
fish.
Okay, so I'm going to just put him over the side. And Barb, do you still have yours on?
I do.
Reel him in.
Yeah, I
What I'm
am.
going to do is hold him against the current. So this way the water goes in the fish's mouth and out his gills. And in a second, I'm going to move my hand away, and you'll see how fast he's going to take off. So he was fought well, and there he goes, right out of my hand.
Mine's
so he's
coming.
nice and healthy.
Mine's smaller.
Is he close?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's-
you know what? See if I can get him in without the net, because he's still trying to get. Now this is real-time fishing here. This is the. Now this is a keeper.
It
That's
is.
going to be a
That's
take home.
an eater. That's a beauty.
I'm just going to measure it, just as a rule. We've been getting a lot of walleye, so we can actually see this guy is 15 inches, which is ideal eating size. See how nice and healthy he is? The one thing that I appreciate about these Eagle Lake walleye, I don't know if you can tell how wide he is along the back. So that means these fish are growing and feeding really well. So you get really nice fillets. The fillets are over 1/2 inch thick on either side. Okay. It's nice that we've got live wells in this boat. How are you doing there, Doctor?
I'm doing just fine.
Barbara, you letting your line out?
Yes.
Good. You know, we've been out here only about half an hour, and the fishing's like, is it like this every day? You can come here every evening after?
Well, I would say consistently you can come out here and catch, 4 to 6 fish.
Are you going to talk or get my lure out? I need to get it back in the water. Thank you. Thank you very much.
There you are.
Thank you. So that's the lure right there. Tail dancer, number 9, hot chub color. Did you know this is the hot chub?
Hot chub.
I like it. Is there something about that lure? You know, it's really nice to have a tiller engine. You can see this boat is very open. You know, I'm used to using 17 and 18 foot boats, and this boat is just over 17 feet. And it's an open concept. It's got a really big deck, and that's been really handy when we've been casting for muskie and pike and bass. And then it also has this 75 4-stroke tiller at the back. And the one thing that I really like about the tiller motor, it has a feature that you can slow down the engine. Oh, is he going to fly off? It's a good eating size fish. Yeah, and look at, he's only hooked by 1 hook. So I definitely know that that fish is a keeper. But if you want me to check, I can check. Okay, he is 16 inches. So I'm going to put this guy in the live well. We're going to enjoy him. So the one nice feature about this outboard is that it has like a dimmer switch when you're trolling. So you can see that my controls are right here. I'm just going to move my seat down. Right on top of this shift lever, listen, because you can probably hear the pitch. I'm going to push it and slow it down. I don't know if you heard the RPMs drop. It's actually dropping. Right now we're going 1.9 miles an hour. If I want to increase it without touching the throttle, I'm going to push up on the RPMs, and you should be hearing it increase. So I believe it's digital, because you just touch it with your finger and you either increase or decrease the trolling speed. So right now we're going 2 miles an hour. So I find this a real asset when you're trolling.
Canadian Sport Fishing has been brought to you by Rapala Premium Fishing Gear, crafted from experience. Yamaha on the water. This is my Yamaha. What kind of Yamaha are you? Dickies, a legend in work since 1922. Lucky Strike. More fish fight with a Lucky Strike.
The weather has been awesome. It's been like almost 30 degrees each day. Not even going to use the net for this guy because we're getting spoiled. He's going to be released because he's small. And we're here. It's nice to have Mark with us now. You know, he's playing guide too. You did a great job with the motor, by the way.
Thank you.
So I'm going to let this guy go, little guy. Let's see how big yours is. You can lift him up. He's an eater, but I don't know if we're going to keep him. We're going to just let some of that line down. We're going to release him because he's a little bit on the small side. It's amazing to just be here and to get double headers like this. Perfect. You know what, Mark? This is great for the family, where you can come out. And I know you had your son out and your wife the other night. It's nice that you can come out here like this and fish so easy.